What's up y'all? Welcome to the channel. This is your boy Amit, and today we are doing an AI showdown. We are going to test 4 image generators, pit them against each other and see who gives us that pixel perfect quality. So I will be testing Google Gemini image generator versus Sora versus Freepik versus Kling. With that, let's get started. So from jaw-dropping photorealism to mind-bending artistic styles, each platform claims to be the ultimate creative sidekick. But which one nails the details, respects your prompts, and delivers the fastest results? Well, that's what today's video is about. So I've got 11 different image generations across the 4 platforms, and that means I have a lot of images. 44 to go through. Before we go through all of these, let me walk you through my methodology on how I have created these. So the genesis of every image was Sora. So if I find an image on Sora that I think has something that I need to try and replicate, I would take that prompt. Then I would put that prompt through 3 of the other platforms. So I'd go to Freepik, and in Freepik I would put my prompt in. For Freepik I chose the Flux mode, Flux 1.0. I did not do ideogram or Google Image Gen, and everything else I left as is. And I did 1 image 9:16 ratio. Kling, I did the exact same thing. It was Colors 2.0, which is their latest image model. It says better prompt adherence and enhanced image quality. We'll see. And then finally, I did the exact same thing in Google AI Studio. So what I wanted to check in Google AI Studio, if you go in here, is the Gemini Flash image generation experimental. Now, I'll talk a little bit about the image quality, but I also tell you of the 4, which ones were the fastest and which ones stuck to the prompt versus which ones were farthest from the prompt, right? So I put all of that in this Miro board. Let's start left to right, top to bottom. So the first one, and I have the prompts in here too. I will share a link to this Miro board in the description, so you can definitely check that out and let me know your thoughts. So this first one, an image of a calico cat in the art of a video game pixel. So here's the original image from Sora. On the left side was Google. Now I will tell you this, and I can actually show you this in a live example. Google is fast, like lightning fast, but some of those images are a hit or miss. So for example, this one looks not as good as Sora, right? So just note that Google was the fastest of the 4 platforms and Sora was the slowest of the 4 platforms. That being said, the quality speaks for the speed and the slowness of the image generation. And then on the bottom left here, we have Freepik. Freepik did not adhere to the prompt in this specific prompt, and you can see it generated an awesome image, great quality, but not in pixel style. And then on the right is Kling, and this one wasn't for Kling, but Kling did an okay job as well. So for this one, I'm going to say Sora gets the first place, then Kling, then Google, and Freepik is disqualified essentially. So moving on, this was the next prompt. This thing was a monster of a prompt. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it was an ultra realistic macro photograph of a small forest dwelling invertebrate with an enlarged head. And why I chose this image was the kind of like the details, right, is very pronounced because it's a macro shot. So I wanted to see how far can I push these image generators to give me that macro shot. So the control is the Sora image, and then the test is all other image generators. So Google did an okay job. It's not that macro, but it's not bad either. Going down here, I think Freepik came a really close second to Sora. I would even put Freepik above Sora at this point because on the macro shot you can see some of the details going in that blur portrait mode in the background and really focusing on that insect's face. And now of course you can read the full prompt to then decide which one is the winner. I don't have time to read that entire prompt. And then Kling, I don't know. First, I got the message from Kling. So if I take this prompt and put it in Kling, you're going to see what happens. You can see it gets cuts off after here, and anything in orange, it's saying your prompt is too long. The highlighted parts may not be read by the system. Please delete or make some changes. So I completely ignored that and I hit generate, and that's when I got that insect or vertebrate. Sorry. All right, we'll keep moving. This next one was the control image is from Sora. It says a hyper realistic cinematic scene in the depths of the ocean. A smiling ocean diver taking a joyful selfie with a massive 100-foot great white shark behind him. The man is stretching the hand towards the camera. grinning widely. The shark is almost on top of the man, its massive mouth opening. The background shows the depth of the ocean. The camera angle resembles a fisheye POV selfie lens. I don't know if you're going to notice something that is odd in all four images that the AI just wasn't able to do. I'll point that towards the end of this four images. So first one is Sora. Then we go to Google. Okay, not bad. Then we have Freepik. This one was really good. I loved it, but it did not follow directions to the fullest because it says an ocean diver, right? So if it's a diver, it's that diver is wearing diving gear, and that diving gear was not visible. Other than that, if that wasn't the case, it conveys, I don't know if it conveys the depth as well as Sora. So that's the other thing, but I really like Freepik. And then Kling again is not that great a quality. I think Kling and Google were third and fourth. They can duke it out. Who's third, who's fourth. Freepik comes in a good second place and Sora at the first place. What none of them did is give a breathing mask to the human so they can breathe in the depths of the water. This one at least has scuba gear on. Google's image generator didn't even give us scuba gear. Neither did Freepik and neither did Kling. So I think that was a fail. Let's keep moving. Next one, I've seen these quite a bit, the double exposure images, and here it says double exposure mid-journey style merging blending overlay double exposure image, double exposure style, an exceptional masterpiece of Yuki Sakura revealing a fantastic double exposure composition. How many times does it say double exposure? Anyways, again, I'm not going to read the full prompt. You can see the original artwork on the right here from Sora. I think Google's ImageGen did a pretty decent job of the double exposure, but it's not the same style as Sora. Freepik again comes in at a really good second place if we're comparing Freepik to Sora. And this time, Kling actually did decent. It didn't do bad. All right, let's continue our next one. This one, I wanted to go with some abstract art to see how it would go with the four platforms. Thankfully, a simple short prompt. Chromatic aberration liquid, holographic black background, metallic fluid. Again, I got this from Sora. I think Google did okay, nothing great here. Freepik, I wasn't that impressed. Looks like a pile of poop. And same with Kling, not too impressed. And I think it's because the quality of Sora is just so good that it's hard to be impressed by any of these other image platforms. Let's keep moving. Our next one is a travel poster in retro graphic style featuring minimalistic illustrations, vibrant colors, and bold typography. Design inspired by the Monaco Grand Prix with an orange modern F1 car, text Monte Carlo in the upper part and Monaco at the bottom. So that's our poster here by Sora. I think Google actually did a pretty decent job, and again, lightning's fast. So if I go here, take this and plug it inside of our Google image gen, at least it's true to the word Gemini Flash. And what I want to do here is just mention 9:16 and hit run. You will see how fast this image gets generated. It's insane how fast. So if you're looking for speed, you just want to get a few concepts flowing, get the ideas flowing, I would recommend start here. Once you have nailed down your concept and you want to expand it a bit more or add more details, then move on to Sora. They're both free, which is awesome. So with that, let's see what the other two did. Surprisingly, Freepik did not do that great this time. This does not look like a Formula One car, and it added some random words here at the bottom that wasn't asked for. And Kling surprised me and this time did really well. So that's the four for our posters. Now we've done left to right on the top layer. Now we're going to do the bottom layer. All right, so for the next one, this one says a photorealistic, ultra detailed, by the way, quick pause and a shout out to all these people who are coming up with these great prompts. I mean, kudos. I couldn't think this if you were to put me in front of a blank screen and told me to write a prompt that's as detailed as this. We digress. Let's get back. A photorealistic, ultra detailed, humorous scene on a bustling Mexican hospital. That's the keyword, Mexican hospital. A cheeky blonde 2-year baby girl with a big blue green eyes running on 2 legs. Thank God, running on 2 legs. While tightly hugging a baby bottle half full of milk. Okay, I can see all those details are already called out in Sora's image. The baby has a determined, celebrating facial expression with wide eyes and an open mouth as if mid-shout. See that? Behind the dog, okay. I don't know where. Behind the dog, a shocked young beautiful woman nurse wearing her uniform is chasing after the baby, yelling. Other baby cribs are laid out next to them and the babies are cheering for the escaping one. The background features cribs, hospital equipment, and a few bystanders reacting in surprise. Dynamic lighting, rich details, cinematic composition, freeze frame, action shot, expressive motion blur, aspect ratio 9:16. I am tired just reading this. Now, did Sora capture all of that? Yes. We have the babies cheering, we have the half bottle of milk, we have two legs, we have the nurse, Hispanic, we have people with shock, and we have that portrait blur, and maybe they also look kind of Hispanic. It's hard to tell. So Sora did an awesome job with this prompt because this is where I got the image from. Google did not understand what photorealistic means. It got some of the concept right, but overall didn't understand what photorealistic means. Kling did not understand what photorealistic or Mexico means. Freepik did okay, but didn't get the memo of the kids cheering, the people in the background looking with shock. So I think overall Sora did really awesome on this one. Let's keep moving. Alright, our next image is detailed photographic image of a miniature person sleeping in bed under an open escape keyboard keycap, using the inside of the keycap as a mini bedroom, complete with the usual bedroom stuff. Love this imagery. It's like a mini diorama. I can see the escape key clearly, and under the escape key is the room of the mini person sleeping there. This is from Sora. Then we have Kling. Kling put that person inside the key, and I cannot tell if the key is an escape key or if it is an Intuni key. But really cool diorama nonetheless. Moving to Freepik, no mention of the escape key, okay-ish diorama. And then finally Google.
What's that, brother?
I have no clue what happened here. Google completely butchered it. So I think this one also goes to Sora. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, we have 3 more images to go. Then we'll do one more live image. I'm going to pick a random image from Sora. And by now, please pause this video, go in the comments and mention what team are you on? Team Sora, Freepik, Google, or Kling? I would love to know. So let's continue. This one was, I love this, right? Lord of the Rings 90s anime film poster visible, even folds are seen across the poster as it's been folded over time, and due to some creases over damaging the poster has caused some physical damage, scuffing along the creases, and the color has partially faded. I can see all of those details here. I can see the faded color, you can see the folds of the crease, indiscriminate flaps and folds and scratches all around simply from moving back and forth, causing subtle yet incremental damage. With the ever expanding of entropy, we cannot escape, but the loving memories in our hearts will forever be whole. This person sounds very emotional. Making the objects we collect along the way priceless is the essence you feel when looking at this nostalgic poster. So again, Sora, awesome. Kling, I have no words. I think this was a really hard one for all of them. Google did not understand the assignment at all, and neither did Freepik. This does not look like a creased up poster. So kudos to Sora on this one again. Alright, so the next one, this one's pretty interesting. Hyper realistic photo of a woman wearing a plastic canister on her back. Inside the canister is a lush green ecosystem. There is a hose running from the canister to an oxygen mask that she's wearing on her face. Oxygen mask on the face, ecosystem in the canister. That's all covered here in Sora. If we go to Google, it's kind of covered, but it's not on her back. And this doesn't look like an ecosystem. It just looks like an image shoved inside this canister. So definitely not what we are looking for. Freepik did a pretty good job. You have the mask on the face, you have a canister, you have an ecosystem in there, and she's wearing it on her back. I don't see the straps, so I don't know how she's wearing it on her back. And this kind of hose here looks like it might be choking her, but overall Freepik did a decent job. And so did Kling, not bad. I see the ecosystem, she's wearing it on her back, there's a hose going somewhere, so you can assume that she's going to put it on the mask, but it didn't fully finish the assignment by putting the mask on her face. We have one more to go, and then we'll create one live. Alright, the final one, the cast of Star Trek, The Next Generation as puppets. Now, I'm not a Star Trek guy, I have not watched them, so I have an image here, and please, in the comment section, don't be hating. Your boy does like space movies, so if you can put in the comments which one should I start with, I will give it a go. But for this image, I needed to see kind of what the original looks like. So we can see this guy here would be this one, old dude right here, dude with the laser vision, whatever, right here. These two women, here's the one in the blue and the one in the gray, and here's Chewbacca. I think that's the only character I know. Hopefully that's the right one, is here. And who's left? This ghostly looking dude right here. Great job. Let's go to Google. Completely butchered it. Freepik didn't do it either, and neither did Kling. So Kling, I would say, did kind of okay, but it's not puppet. So that being said, let's go and do a one final live test. I'm going to refresh my Sora feed. Let's see what's popping up in the feed, and let's pick one and put that through these image generators so you can see exactly how I did it. I'm going to put an image. All right, so this is another style that I've seen all across, but I actually want to find one similar if we can find it. Sora is just, I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The images it's creating, the quality, and it's just unbelievable. What? Unbelievable? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. How far they have come. So let's see if I can find a good one. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I do like Mr. Bean, so let's try this one. All right, so what I've realized is in Google, you have to refresh your chat. So just click the chat button again and then give it the prompt, or it'll try to edit your previous prompt. All right, so you can see how fast it is. Is it good? No. Is it fast? Yes. So it did get the text right. That's pretty cool. Freepik will do the same thing. Model is going to be Flux 1 and just one 9:16. And then I'm going to do the same thing in Kling, Colors 2.0 and 9:16 one output. So you can see Google is pretty fast. Freepik did okay. That could be a replacement for Mr. Bean, but is not Mr. Bean. Nobody replaces Mr. Bean, by the way.
Nice.
And there's no text on the movie poster, but it's also pretty fast. So Freepik is good speed. Kling is the also fast, and Sora being the slowest, but Google Image Gen is the fastest. And here's Kling. This looks like a Hispanic Mr. Bean, and not bad for a movie poster. But you can see Sora just outshines every single one of these every single time. And there you have it. Let me know in the comment below which one was your favorite AI image generator. Drop a prompt in there. I will run it by Sora and the other three and let you know how it goes. And until next time, don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you get notified next time I release a video. Keep creating, keep prompting, keep imagining, and I will catch you in the next one.